Tension is high along Israel's border to the north this morning. Let's go live to our Middle East correspondent, Emily Rose. She's on the Golan Heights, right across the border from Syria. Emily, the first response is now trickling in from Israeli officials, Israeli lawmakers. What are they saying today about the strikes from a few hours ago?
Yes, we've just seen a response from centrist Yesh Atid party chairman Yair Lapid. He came out and praised the response. He said that it sends a message to the world that chemical attacks will not be accepted and the world will not remain silent in the face of chemical attacks. So again, he praised it, similar to Yoav Gallant, who also praised the attacks this morning, saying that they were also sending a message to the world that chemical attacks will simply not be tolerated in the world stage.
Emily, you're on the border. I'd imagine it's a very tense situation there with the promise from Iran of response. That's the second time in a matter of days Iran promising to attack. What are Israel's concerns moving forward? What is the situation like along the border where you are?
Yes, we're actually just about 35 miles from Damascus, which really gives you a feel of how close the civilians in this region are to the rising tension. And the biggest fear for Israel really is the development of Iranian-backed militia on its Syrian border. As we've seen with Hezbollah in Lebanon on the Lebanese border, there's an Iranian-backed militia there. That's Hezbollah. And they pose a threat to all of the citizens in this region on the border with Lebanon. And so, too, that would pose a threat to the citizens on the border with Syria here in Israel. So the fear of an Iranian-backed militia is really, really top of mind for Israel at this time.
All right, Emily, tell me quickly, do we know perhaps if there was any kind of advance notice for Israel that the strike was coming so they could be prepared militarily? We know Israel didn't participate in the strike, but have there been some kind of coordination or planning?
Well, Hebrew media is reporting that they were, in fact, notified, and thus were on high alert. Hebrew media also reported that all of the northern frontier, the Northern Command, the Israeli Northern Command, had been warned and was prepared. That hasn't yet been confirmed by the IDF or official statements, but it is what is being reported by Hebrew media.
All right, Emily Rose reporting live for us along the Golan Heights. Thank you for that report.